Saturday Night's Live podcast featuring DJ Joe Brown, brought to you by DJ Joe Brown Production.
And I just started writing my story.
Okay.
Hoping that it'll help somebody in the future.
Okay, I like that, bent but not broken. Okay, what inspired you to use that title right there, to create that title?
The title, Bent but Not Broken, it reflects on how, despite all the hardships and struggles I faced, it's just like I remained strong and resilient. It's like I was grateful how the Lord, He led and shaped me through the process of the trials and tribulations that I experienced. So it's like, even though some things if you read my book, you'll see a lot of stuff, it bent me, but it didn't break me.
Right.
So that's why I got the title from. I was like, okay, I done been through all this stuff, and it's a lot.
Right.
It didn't break me, it just shifted me into another place. So that's where the title comes from, Bent but Not Broken.
And transition, okay. Okay then. Okay, yeah, I definitely can relate to some of these stories. You have a lot of self-reflecting stories and poems in here when you first start in the beginning of the book. Childhood.
It's my childhood. It's like the book. It goes through a phase. Like as soon as you open it, it's raw. It's my childhood. I'm expressing everything I went through my childhood. It's like my life story progresses from childhood to middle adulthood to like this stage I am now. But it's a progression. So most people out there got feedback. It was like, oh my goodness, in the beginning your book is so dark. It is so, you can feel your pain.
Yeah.
That's what I was feeling as a child. Those are memories from childhood. So, and I'll be like, it get better. Just hold on. In the middle somewhere, it kind of melt out. But yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did. Now, I didn't read the ending part because I stopped on your testimony with Isaac. Now, during your testimony part, what emotion? What did you have to reveal some emotions when writing this book? Did you have to go back? Because I seen in the like coming out of your childhood, when you was coming out of your childhood into your womanhood, I remember reading about, I guess, let me see, I think what it was about, the fight. The one was about the fight. That's when you're coming out of moving into the next transition of your life. When you was writing that part, what were the emotions that you had to face, or did you even have to go back and face those type of emotions when you was writing?
That whole book, it was like a going back. It was like going back, ripping off the band-aids, because that's all I did through my childhood to now, just putting band-aids on the issues and things. So it was like going back, ripping off every band-aid, every stage, every poem, everything you reading. It was just, it was pain. I had so many tears that were shed writing that book, so many reflections. I had to forgive. I thought I forgave so many people, but as I was writing, the pain, the rage, it was coming out on the pages, and it was like my healing. The book is like where I left all my pain, my fears, my anger, left it right there in that book.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I feel that now. And that was a healing process that you went through.
Yes, it was. I could say open the door to healing.
Okay.
And open the door to healing.
Okay. All right, now I like that. I mean, when I was, I put myself in your shoes when I was reading some of those poems. How did everybody around you receive it? How did the family receive it?
That was my biggest thing. I was like, oh my goodness, people gonna be like, she's telling everything. She's not leaving nothing. And that's how the enemy almost got me, Joe. He was like, don't you tell your story, they're gonna be talking about you. They're gonna judge you. They're gonna say you did this. They say you put all your family business out there. But it was not my family business I was putting out there. It was a reflection of my life, and the stuff I've been through. But at first, I was afraid. I didn't want to write it, though, but I was being obedient. I would listen to the voice of God more than the voice of the enemy, Satan. So I just pushed through it, and I was just like, it's the truth. Nobody cannot tell me that this is not the truth. And to my surprise, like, everybody was understanding. Family, they was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you felt this way. Oh my goodness,
Right.
It was like a healing process for everybody that was involved.
Right. Right. The tit for tat part. When I read the tit for tat part, I felt like because a lot of people do not know that I guess everybody know that me and you worked together way back in the day, and I remember we're definitely like family. So I remember that tit for tat. I think I was around when that tit for tat when I was reading tit for tat. It sounded familiar of some events that went down back in the day.
Half of the poems you should remember some of the events that went by.
Yeah.
But tit for tat was a compilation of many things. Like from the beginning of me and Isaac's relationship into the marriage. It was like, if you do something first, okay, now I'm gonna do it. Tit for tat. It's like hurt people. So if one person is hurting and the other person, is almost able to lash back, and that's what I did. Like, he started, and it's like I have to finish it, but it's no ending. You just keep going back and forth, and you're hurting each other, and that's what tit for tat comes in.
Right.
Tit for tat. You did me dirty, so I'm gonna do you dirty.
Yeah, I remember that right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next one that I really liked was sacrifices, because that showed me. Well, actually, I can't remember the title, but it was talking about his father, him being the fatherhood, or was it
fatherhood?
Okay, yeah.
Fatherhood. Fatherhood basically was a shout out to Isaac for being a great dad.
Right.
See, I didn't have a relationship with my dad. Like, if you read in the beginning, you'll see I didn't have. But Kayla and Faith, he was a great dad. I mean, he would do anything for them. They didn't have to worry about anything. So I just want to acknowledge, like, he wasn't none of. I didn't want to paint nobody in my book like they was the villain or something, because we all, in somebody's story, we all the villain. But I didn't want to paint anyone as the villain. I was just like, I want everybody to know he was a good guy. Like, but circumstances, issues,
Right. We got them all.
They can come in and they can, things happen. But yeah, fatherhood, it was just a shout out for him to being a great dad to Kayla and Faith, which he was.
Okay, that's what's up. I definitely got a glimpse of that.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew Isaac for yourself, so you knew.
Yeah, yes, he was an amazing person. Yeah. And so in the last chapter that I left off, the part that I left off, that was the part when y'all was facing, the bad challenge with Isaac transitioning.
Oh yeah, that period. Oh,
So
that was a rough period right there, because like anybody, you think you have forever with someone, even though our marriage wasn't perfect, I never would have thought that was. To be honest, I felt like our marriage would have ended in divorce instead of death. But it was death. That was, and that was like, that was the worst. That was the like,
yeah,
rough part. This the most. I guess to me it was because so many things was left unsaid, and then the two, Kayla and Faith left behind, and how they felt about him. It was just like a rough period, and you grieving, and you trying to be strong for your kids while you dealing with these unanswered questions, things being revealed to you, and it was so much. It was a very dark period, and to be honest, I just come out of that period like in 2022. It's like,
you're right.
I was finally able to let go of the past and stop with all these what ifs, why this, because for the longest I was stuck in the past, wanting to know, why this had to take place. I couldn't let the past go for nothing in the world.
Oh man.
I know, right?
That's powerful. That's very powerful. I the trans when my father passed away, I end up dealing with not just my emotions, but I had to deal with my mom's emotions too. And I seen her stages of grieveness, and speaking of stages of grieveness, I seen that, well, when I read the part where you was talking about the rage,
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me of I had never seen my mom in that different type of phase of rage. I didn't even hit that phase of rage when I was going through my grievance. But as far as a wife um, grieving, the type of rage that you endured, that's what we're talking about in that chapter right there, right? Or is
Yeah.
that just a general?
Yeah. Oh, no, rage. Yeah, the rage I was feeling. 'Cause it's like I said, it was so many things left unsaid. It was like I wasn't mad at God, but I just felt like this story wasn't over yet. It was like I needed answers
Mm-hmm.
to some things that was like revealed to me, and so I just felt like it was unfinished business. And like, where can I take this rage out on? I cannot take it out on one person. I can't take it out on God, So it would just build up in me rage. It was like I wanted to express it, and the only way to express it was through those words, with those words
Right.
on
On
paper.
paper. On paper. Do you think this
On
was
paper.
well?
Yeah.
Well, we know this had to be therapeutic for you when you completed it. When you completed your book.
Yes, it was. Like I said, Joe, it opened the door to healing. It did. It was. You never know how much you holding on to until you start writing it down or talking to somebody else. Some people seek therapists for help, and some people, write. Some people seek God. Some people seek family members. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, it was me writing. It's like I was writing a letter to God, basically.
Right.
Like, all this communication was to him, even though he knew what I was going through, but I wanted him to know. Like in the beginning, I wanted him to know. So many people that told me about you, but I don't know you. Who are you? I had some poems in there when I was like, I don't like you, God. Why did you,
Yeah.
why did
Yeah.
you give me this life? Why was I born into this life? I shouldn't have to do this, It was like a book of healing, because in the beginning, it's all about me. It was like, why did this have to happen to me? Why is this? Why is this? But now as I look back on that book, and sometimes I go back and read it, and I'll be like, I don't think it's my story, because it don't seem like that was me, because where I'm at now. But sometimes I go back and I reflect, and I was like, wow. This I can be like, wow. But yeah, it was a healing process, right?
Okay then. Okay, well let's take a quick 5-second break, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, Charlene, hold on, let me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be. It's the one and only DJ Joe Brown. Join me every Saturday night live, starting in January. Saturday Night Live on every single podcasting platform. The Saturday Night Live talk show is the one and only DJ Joe Brown in the building, and I got Charlene online with her brand new book. Now, Charlene, is there going to be another book coming soon?
Well, I have a second book. That's a children's book.
Okay.
It's Faith's story, really, about her experiences after losing her dad. It's called The Little Whisper.
Okay, The Little Whisper. Okay, gotcha. And so, what made you publish that book?
A Little Whisper.
Mm-hmm.
When Faith saw me write my book, I guess it inspired her. She was like, "Mom, I got a story to tell." And me, I was like, "Let me listen." So she started telling me, and I was like, "Hold on, thought. Let me go get paper and pencil." So she started telling me the story, and then I started writing it. And so that's how that came about.
Okay then. Okay. I can't wait to check that out. Now I purchased. Now tell everyone where we can purchase all of your books.
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, or Writers Republic. But yeah, any of those three: Amazon, Writers Republic, and Barnes and Nobles.
Okay. I downloaded something through Kindle.